I've got the Xbox One original model, and I need to take this thing apart because the controller no longer links to the console. So I'm going to just replace that card and just go over with the couple tricks, like this little thing has to slide out. It's right next to the sync button on this model. And we got to take off a little piece over here too, I think. No, we don't. Good. It's been a little while since I've had to take apart these. As far as I remember, all I really had to do is put some pressure down here and then pop. There it goes. So I put my pry tool right where the sticker used to be. This one had already been taken apart by the customer. So really pushing down on this spot where the two pieces of plastic come together opens up a little piece right there to make it so you can pry that open. And I would say that's the trickiest part about working on the old system here. And then you pry a top above this like vent looking thing, so it's above it, not below it. And done. I'm kind of just feeling around for the spots that pop. And there's a ribbon cable on the front, so don't get carried away and take that off all the way. There you go. So I just carefully tilted it up to like a 45-degree angle or so. And I also put a little bit of pressure holding the faceplate on. And then there's all these clippies along the whole front of the system. But you can really carefully unplug that ribbon cable without undoing all those clippies. I have found that it can save yourself some trouble putting it back together if you do unclip them all, and it's not that hard to do. When I first started taking these apart, I would always pass, like just unplug the cable and leave it all hooked up. But I have found that it saves myself more time in the long run, actually going through and unclipping them all. And it's like you just push them down. And I do keep a little bit of pressure with my hand over here, just like that. So this piece doesn't have any ribbon cable connected to it. This is where your ribbon cable is. And I hate this design, but it does make it so I'm sure a lot of people break this connection. It has a little piece that wraps around your plug. And really, the only thing that I needed to get to was this right here. That's the part that I need to replace. So really all I have left, I'll do on a different video or something, installing the new one. But there's just two screws, Wi-Fi antenna, comes off really easy. You can, on accident, remove the port. I've done that like twice. They really made these chintzy. And to save you guys a lot of time, taking out screws, you can actually use a drill with a micro bit adapter on it. I wouldn't recommend using it to like screw in but taking them out, you know, you save yourself just tons and tons of time. So really it's just these two screws here. So if your controller is having problems linking, if it's not this, it could be this front plate maybe, but that's just your antenna. So you would want to make sure your antenna wire looks good, but most likely it's this. It's like your Wi-Fi card and controller linking circuit right there. I love how they made this removable on the Xbox One S. It's part of the motherboard, and it's just it's so sad when that's all that's wrong with it, and people don't really want them when they're like that. But really, I'm gonna take this thing all the way apart though, because its fan is so dirty. So if you're watching this on another, you know, I only do like 60-second clips on Facebook and stuff. I have a YouTube channel, and I can post the full videos that way. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check out my TikTok, my Facebook. It helps me out so much, just people watching my videos. I absolutely love fixing stuff, guys. It's my passion. It's so cool to like bring something back to life. You know, a game console that, you know, couldn't connect the controller like this one. Or my favorite is actually bringing something that didn't even turn on, did nothing at all. It was just a complete lost cause, and bringing one of those back from the dead. And there's a cord that goes from this connection to your Wi-Fi antenna. And that is also another possible problem if you have no Wi-Fi, you know, if this connector is somehow damaged. But that's not normally the case unless somebody took it apart, didn't know what they're doing, and yanked on that cord really hard. So you can always check the connections to make sure that none of the wires are separated from their ferrules. And that's just a fancy name for that little metal part that plugs into the plug. And I get to dust this thing off. I'm so sorry you're not going to be able to see it in this video, but be sure to follow me. I will post it as a separate clip, just dusting out this dirty, dirty fan, guys.